Hi, I'm Eric and you're on the Crypto Oracle channel. The New York State Department of Financial Services has issued a cease and desist order to Paxos, preventing it from issuing the Binance USD stablecoin. Meanwhile, the US Securities and Exchange Commission has filed charges against the founder of Terraform Labs, and Bitcoin has surged past the $25,000 mark. The New York State Department of Financial Services has banned Paxos from issuing Binance USD, BUSD, following an investigation. As a result, Paxos has announced that it is terminating its partnership with Binance and will cease BUSD issuance from February 21, 2023. However, Paxos will continue to support redemption and conversion operations until at least February 2024. The NYDFS said that Paxos failed to do the required risk assessments and due diligence updates for Binance clients and BUSD issuance, which could have stopped the platform from being used by bad actors. The SEC has charged Kvonu, the founder of Terraform Labs, for allegedly conducting an unregistered securities offering worth $150 million through its blockchain project, Mirror Protocol. The SEC alleges that Kvonu marketed and sold Mirror Protocol's governance token, MIR, to U.S. investors without registering it as a security, in violation of the federal securities laws. If found guilty, Kvonu faces up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. Bitcoin prices surged to a new all-time high on February 16th, after briefly testing the $25,000 level. As of this writing, Bitcoin is trading just below $25,060. Nearly all of the top 10 digital assets by market capitalization finished the week in positive territory, with OKB, the token of OKX Exchange, posting the best performance. The total cryptocurrency market capitalization has now reached $1.18 trillion, according to a recent report. This is a significant increase from previous figures, and it appears that Bitcoin is once again dominating the market with a 40.5% market share. The SEC has announced that it intends to sue Paxos over the issue of BUSD, claiming that it is an unregistered security. This has caused the price of Binance Coin, BNB, to drop sharply, by more than 10% to below $300. In light of the SEC's claims, PayPal has announced that it is suspending the development of its own stablecoin. The Aave lending protocol community is considering a proposal to freeze the use of Binance USD. Circle's filing of a complaint against Binance with the New York Department of Financial Services, NYDFS, could have a negative impact on USD Coin, USDC, according to Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao. He noted that such a move would be detrimental to USDC, which is a co-issuer of the company. Zhao also stated that the recognition of BUSD as a security will have a strong impact on the entire segment, as many jurisdictions look to the United States for guidance. He confirmed that Paxos is forced to comply with the requirements, as it is regulated by NYDFS. According to him, in the future, the BUSD offering will be reduced, and more stablecoins will be available on the exchange, including those pegged to alternative US dollar currencies. During an AMA session, Zhao stated that the exchange would stop using BUSD as the primary trading pair and predicted that companies would leave the US due to government pressure. Among the countries with more favorable regulations, he named the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and France. He predicted that the U.S. government's pressure would cause companies to leave for countries with more favorable regulations. Binance Chief Strategy Officer, Patrick Hillman, has announced that the company plans to pay fines in order to settle claims in the United States. According to Bloomberg, Binance Holdings is also considering ending relationships with business partners in the United States due to increasing pressure from local regulators. The SEC has charged Kvonu and Terraform Labs with allegedly defrauding investors of billions of dollars. The SEC has charged Terraform Labs and its CEO, Kvonu, with fraud, alleging that they sold a set of interconnected crypto assets to investors while falsely promising growth and stability in the value of the assets. The SEC has accused the Singapore-based company and its CEO of misleading investors by presenting a false picture of the financial health of the company and its assets. The charges come as part of the SEC's ongoing efforts to crack down on fraudulent activities in the crypto industry. FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried are keeping track of the latest developments in the ongoing saga. A judge has revealed the names of 2 people who put up collateral for Sam Bankman-Fried in the amount of $250 million. Larry Kramer, the former dean of Stanford Law School, pledged $500,000, while Andreas Peck, a senior research scientist at the University of California, pledged $200,000. SBF's parents also put up collateral for the remaining amount. This comes after the judge presiding over SBF's case imposed restrictions on his use of a VPN after SBF admitted to accessing the Super Bowl via a private network while under house arrest. The judge warned that SBF could be sent back to jail if there was evidence that he had attempted to intimidate witnesses in the ongoing case. The court has also suspended 2 civil lawsuits brought by the SEC and CFTC against SBF until the criminal case against him has been resolved. This will allow the criminal case to proceed without interference from the civil lawsuits. Meanwhile, liquidators of FTX's Bahamian subsidiary have claimed that the unit commingled client and company funds and kept limited accounting records. FTX CEO, John Ray, has blamed the failure of corporate controls and the lack of reliable financial information for the unit's demise. On February 14th, a Delaware bankruptcy court approved the sale of FTX's assets valued at up to $1 million. These assets are unencumbered by investment obligations, and initial investments were no more than $5 million. Investors who have invested in FTX have filed a lawsuit against several venture and private investment companies. These companies are being accused of falsely advertising their investments in FTX-related companies, which created an appearance of legitimacy around them. Glassnode has found that the recent increase in activity on the Bitcoin network is due to the growing popularity of non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Glassnode analysts have reported a recent surge in on-chain activity on the Bitcoin network. They attribute this to the launch of the Ordinals protocol in late January, which allows for the recording of information up to 4 megabytes in size in Bitcoin blocks. Some people in the Bitcoin community believe that the Ordinals protocol could be used to create large NFTs that could clog up the network. As the decentralization of the first cryptocurrency becomes more popular, users have started to use the blockchain more frequently to store Ethereum projects like CryptoPunks and Rocks, audio files, and various images. By mid-February, the number of NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain that were issued using the Ordinals protocol exceeded 116,000. The recent increase in network activity has led to a congested mempool and rising transaction fees, while the average block size has increased from a stable 1.5 to 2 megabytes to 3 to 3.5 megabytes. However, the situation has resulted in increased revenue for miners. There is a debate between Blur and OpenSea over which is the better platform for buying and selling digital assets. On February 15th, the head of Blur, known as Pac-Man in the community, called on creators of non-fungible tokens, NFTs, to ignore OpenSea and instead place their collections on Blur's curated NFT marketplace. He noted that creators cannot receive royalties on 2 platforms simultaneously, which is prohibited by OpenSea's policy. In response, Blur offered several options to creators. It is more advantageous to use both marketplaces in order to earn the minimum royalty from Blur while still being able to sell on the competitor's platform. However, if you choose to forego auctions on Blur, you will be paid a minimum royalty of 0.5% by the marketplace. Blur launched its trading platform in October 2022 and recently conducted a Blur token airdrop. Leading exchanges like Coinbase, Huobi, Gate, KuCoin, Bybit, and OKX have confirmed its listing. According to reports, Blur is in the process of negotiating funding, which could help it achieve a valuation of $1 billion. Bitslato has announced that it will resume withdrawals on February 24th after conducting a technical audit following the seizure of its infrastructure by the French prosecutor's office. The platform will recalculate users' balances of altcoins into Bitcoin based on the exchange rate at the time the service was halted on January 18th. This step was taken due to the technical difficulty of launching an exchange with multiple cryptocurrencies. On March 1st, Bitslato will add the ability to withdraw up to 50% of the deposit in digital gold. From March 14, users will be able to use the P2P service as a wallet for storing funds in Telegram. From April 2nd, the team will open the P2P service for trading cryptocurrencies.